Well, we've been talking a lot about, of course, this upcoming Senate race and Mary Landrieu versus her Republican opponents, and also Reverend Brown, who's running. And we been talking about Boysie Bollinger's endorsement and the big splash he made in the Landrieu commercial, and what impact, if any, it'll have. And I've sort of now detected a pattern. It seems like every time toward election time, Mary Landrieu was able to find some key Republicans to bring on board her campaign, and that help her each time garner that few percentage points that she needs to win. And I think she's trying to do it again this time.
Well, sure. I mean, that's a no-brainer, and there's no reason for her not to have done that. No reason for her not to do that. I mean, certainly she's helped out Republicans, Democrats. At this point in time, I think that the opposition is sort of like a one-horse opposition, focusing on Obamacare, and I think there's so much more.
Well, yeah, Boysie Bollinger's touting her position on the Energy Committee, her support of oil and gas. He's showing his big ships, and I guess the implication is those big ships are due to the contracts he gets due to Mary Landrieu, right?
Well, sure. I mean, definitely. And the whole thing is that if you look at what Bill Cassidy said in response, he said it was it's an inside job. Well,
yeah. What does he mean by that exactly?
Oh, I'm not sure what he means, other than the fact that he is the Mary Landrieu is a U.S. senator, that Bollinger has given her some money, and he has gotten contracts, so it's inside a deal. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that you got to look at what Cassidy's gotten close to, I think, 50% of his money has come from large contributions. So does that? Most of them, many of them, from the medical community. So, I mean, does that mean that he's not going to do what he wants to do and what they wanted him to do?
Well, I mean, I would just assume he's probably not too happy by Boysie Bollinger, the biggest donor, one of the biggest donors in the Republican Party, supporting Mary Landrieu. Also, Joe Cannizzaro is on board with her, and that probably is something that is very irritating to him as he tries to get Republican Party to coalesce behind him. He's also got two other Republicans running against him, and that's inhibiting his efforts as well. So we'll see what happens. I got a long way to go between now and the election, but I think it's heating up, and we're going to see, I think, commercials almost on a daily basis probably in this race. I think, Steve, according to an analyst that I talked to the other day, the control of the U.S. Senate could very well come down to Louisiana. He believes, this gentleman that I talked to, that things are so close that Louisiana could play a pivotal role in control of the U.S. Senate. Do you agree with that analysis?
Oh, definitely. At this point in time, for sure. I think people have been saying that for now for almost a year, and I think as we get closer, I think it's going to get tighter. This is an election that I think that the entire nation is going to be looking at, the entire world. Mm-hmm. And I think that the money that's already been pumped into it is going to just skyrocket.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be the most expensive political race in Louisiana history. That's what I think we're looking at, and we've already seen a lot of money being pumped in. Do you think Landrieu has suffered any from the fallout about her campaign commercial that was staged, the fact that it was a recreation of her Senate testimony? That seemed to be something that she was criticized for last week. I got a lot of interest on that issue here on the program. I wrote a column about it. You can check it out on Bayoubuzz.com. Certainly, I think that was something we hadn't seen before, where you had sort of a recreation of testimony, and even the Today Show was critical of Landrieu for that. Your thoughts?
No question that she should be, or at least the campaign, I think, should be criticized for that. And here's I think the reason why. and that is that her campaign had criticized a commercial by the AFP, Americans for what AFP, the college group,
Yeah.
and because they had this actress, canning that she was a hurt person by Obamacare. So I think when you engage in these roles like that in TV commercials, you're going to be criticized.